some folks.
Air writes, the future of a Margaritaville resort in Ocean City depends on what OC wants to do with the air above this alley.
There's no space.
I don't think it's a major concern.
Growth in Milton in the works. People in town mixed about a proposed apartment complex.
Lewis Fire, where this happened, and what we know about the damage that's been caused.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV, your local news at 11 starts right now.
A lawsuit filed against Lyft and the driver who kicked a group of friends out of her car in the middle of Coastal Highway. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with breaking news. And new at 11, we're learning more from the attorney on a lawsuit that's been filed against Lyft and one of its drivers for the death of Sidney Wolf.
Wolf is a former aide to former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. He died when a Lyft driver kicked a passenger out of her car on Route 1 in Dewey Beach in July of 2022 and drove away. Law firm Klein and Spector says Lyft failed to conduct a proper background check on the driver and did not have rules in place for the safety of Lyft vehicles.
Attorney Shane Inspector tells Coast TV News the lawsuit is seeking financial compensation for Wolf's family, including a wife and 2 daughters who remain devastated.
According to Spector, an argument began when passengers questioned the driver for having a child in the trunk of her SUV. She stopped in the left lane to kick them out, but the driver's side rear door was inoperable, and they were forced to exit in the middle of Coastal Highway. Wolf was the first one out and was hit and killed. He says legally the lawsuit cannot ask the driver to be arrested or fired, but he hopes that the case will cause Lyft to change its practices.
It's only after we learn all the relevant facts that we're willing to sit down and talk to Lyft about resolution, and that resolution needs to include more than just money changing hands. It also has to include systemic reform of Lyft so this kind of thing does not happen again.
Spector says he thinks the driver should be held accountable civilly through the lawsuit and criminally through the justice system. Delaware State Police says their investigation has concluded, and the Office of the Attorney General will decide if the driver will be charged or not.
The quiet town of Milton may be getting bigger. A developer is looking to add a new addition to Cave Neck Road.
Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us why not everyone is excited about that idea.
The sound of nature may be turning into the sound of construction. Cannery Village is looking to expand its neighborhood with 96 apartments right on Cave Neck Road and Front Street. Lisa Carter has lived in Milton her whole life and is not a fan of the proposal.
We are a close-knit small town. All these changes, all the farmland leaving, all the space is gone, all the rules are changing. I don't like it.
The apartments would be spread out into 4 buildings, with 24 apartments in each of the 3-story buildings. Mark Carter says more housing options could make Milton a more appealing place to live.
Milton is a growing town, and it's going to keep growing, so I think diverse opportunities for people to live, apartments, as well as new developments and then refurbishing old homes is good.
But Dana Long thinks these apartments would bring too much traffic to an already busy Cave Neck Road.
As we're standing here talking, this is the slower time of day, and it's very busy. So I'm totally against it. It would be horrible, I think, for Milton for one thing, but for this neighborhood.
This is the 3rd phase of proposed expansion for Cannery Village, and people in Milton are mixed on the seemingly endless growth in town. The Milton Planning and Zoning Commission is scheduled to discuss this proposed apartment complex this coming Tuesday at 6:30 at the Cannery Village Clubhouse. I'm Charles Reinert in Milton, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. The town of Ocean City held a public hearing tonight to discuss a long-standing proposed Margaritaville. The Margaritaville development is looking to be granted the air rights at the alley on Washington Lane between 13th and 14th Streets. The goal is to build a 230-room hotel and restaurant. If the air rights are granted, the developers agreed to widen the alley and add a bike lane. The town says the improved alley would be helpful.
It's a public right-of-way. We have an obligation to be good stewards of that right of way. Obviously, development, can bring benefits into the city, so we have to balance those two things.
Even if air rights are granted, there's many more steps the project would have to go through before any Margaritaville becomes a reality in Ocean City.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think Ocean City is the right spot for a Margaritaville resort. Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening. It was pretty lopsided then.
Yeah, and staying lopsided, the majority at 78% for yes, 22% say no. Maybe the people who say no have another beach town in our area in mind. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at WRDE.com or on our mobile app. We'll have updated results again in the newscast. New at 11, firefighters are working to put out a house fire in the Tower Hill community in Lewis. According to the Pulse Point app, the call came in around 9:15 p.m. Firefighters from Lewis, Milton, Rehoboth Beach, and Slaughter Beach responded. This is the Tower Hill community, and that's on East Kia Way. Fire damage can be seen around the garage area of the house and the roof above the garage.
The Delaware State Police arrested multiple people in Frankfort Friday morning on drug and gun charges. Here's what we know so far. 21-year-old Anthony Morris, 18-year-old Christina Sturgis, and an unnamed 17-year-old male were all arrested. A search warrant was carried out at North Branchwood Place in Frankfort after a months-long investigation. Police say they found guns and large stashes of drugs at the home, including crack, cocaine, heroin, and more than $6,000 in suspected drug money. All three suspects are facing multiple felony charges.
Taking a live look outside into our Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House there in Ocean City. It is cooling off tonight, starting to finally feel like fall, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you. And by the way, since Mallory mentioned fall, fall officially kicks off on Saturday. But it's already starting to feel every bit of it, you know what I'm saying? That means pumpkin dishes and all of that type of stuff, and turkey and Thanksgiving and all those great things, and hay rides. Oh, I'm sorry. And the forecast? Yeah, that too. We're looking pretty clear, actually, right now. And we're going to stay clear for the rest of the night. In fact, we'll fall back to about 50 to the mid-50s. As far as the UV index is concerned, courtesy of Face Grace Practice and Sun Safety, we're going to be at a level of 7 for tomorrow. So 45 minutes burn time. It's going to be really mild for us. By the way, we are tracking yet another system out in the Atlantic. Hurricane Nigel now is a Category 1, sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, but it's expected to veer away from us because it's out here deep in the Atlantic, and I've got to scoot this map about 2 or 3 times before I can even find us way over here. So, no, Nigel's not a problem. It's just a, just so you'll know kind of thing. Coming up, we'll talk about that fall-like feel continuing throughout this week without the rain. Till then, back to you, Mallory.
Thank you, Paul. DelDOT will be converting the two-way stop sign at the intersection of Lowe's Crossing Road and Carey's Camp Road to an all-way stop sign. According to DelDOT, the work will take place starting at 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Wednesday, September 27th.
New at 11, Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons shared a stage tonight with Republican Senator Marco Rubio from Florida. The two participating in a debate hosted by the Bipartisan Policy Center as part of what's called the Senate Project. A number of topics were covered, everything from climate change to Ukraine, even today's announcement about the release of hostages from Iran. But the reason for the event is in the name of the group that hosted it. It is an attempt to foster bipartisanship in these divisive times.
I'm here because I believe, as we heard at the outset from our two friends, the former senators, that bipartisan solutions are lasting solutions.
Bipartisan doesn't mean you agree even on the issues, specifically on how to solve them. It means you agree that the process matters to solving these problems. You have to have a process in which they're solved. And the lack of that, especially in this day and age, is actually hurting the country.
'Tis the season for lanternfly eggs. The little bugs are incredibly destructive to local agriculture, so it's imperative to destroy them when you see these egg masses. If you find an egg mass, the Delaware Department of Agriculture says use a stiff card or a putty knife to scrape it into a bag and pour hand sanitizer in there. A major shift is expected from the Federal Reserve this week, and it could mean good news for borrowers.
Jen Sullivan explains what a pause in interest rate hikes could mean for your wallet, especially if you're somebody that's in the market for a home or a car.
A critical week for borrowers. On Wednesday, the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to announce a decision on interest rates, and several economic data point to a pause in hikes.
And the Fed, I think, here is very cognizant of the fact that it doesn't want to overdo it and tip the economy into recession.
While inflation is much lower than it was last year, it's still far higher than the Fed's 2% target. And while economists like Joe Brusuelas says there's still a lot more work ahead to lower inflation, he says the U.S. economy is strong and we may not see another interest rate hike this year. That could mean a solid break for borrowers looking to get a new credit card or a loan to make big purchases like a car or a home.
You see auto rates anywhere between 3 and 6%. The average rate on a credit card is near 24% at this point.
When it comes to homes, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 7.18% for the week ending September 14th. That's up from 6.02% a year before. But Brusuela says mortgage rate relief is on the way. The Fed indicates at or near its peak with rate hikes.
I don't think 7% is going to be the new normal going forward. And my sense is we'll see in that 4.5% to 5% rate going forward.
However, there's also the chance that more interest rate hikes could be ahead this year, which could prolong the pain for borrowers.
The difficulty always here is knowing when to stop, and monetary policy, higher interest rates, takes a while to have an effect.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The summer travel season is now in the rearview mirror, but right now gas prices, they're the most expensive they've been all year long. Higher prices for crude oil are fueling the increase, now topping $98 a barrel. There's a tighter supply after production cuts by OPEC plus countries. AAA warns prices could continue to rise in the weeks ahead as two major refineries that the Northeast depends on are going down for maintenance until November. Drivers should shop around for fuel prices until fuel suppliers switch their blend to early December. We are just getting started.
Coming up, biking towards a better tomorrow, how two wheels are helping the homeless get back on their feet.
And we're looking for cooler and clearer conditions. Here's a look at your beach forecast. Assateague, we're looking at 77, then 75 for Wednesday and on Thursday.
And next, no property tax, no problem. How Dewey Beach is finding other methods to pay the bills. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Before cold weather hits, get your vehicle serviced by IG Burton. We service all makes and models. And if you've got a check engine light on or any other problem, IG Burton will check it out for free. Yes, free. Nobody beats a Burton deal on service. Nobody.
When it's your home, we know you always want the best. And if it's unique, stylish, and custom made, Superior Screen and Glass is your place. We are dedicated to providing the highest quality craftsmanship to our clients on every project. With our Pella and Anderson certified windows and doors, we will help highlight the beauty and function of your home with energy efficient, protective glass. To make your business or home superior and beautiful, trust the experience and expertise of Superior Screen and Glass.
Before cold weather hits, get your vehicle serviced by IG Burton. We service all makes and models. And if you've got a check engine light on or any other problem, IG Burton will check it out for free. Yes, free. Nobody beats a Burton deal on service. Nobody.
Dewey Beach will remain a zero property tax, while other towns in Sussex County announced they're increasing their property tax. Dewey Beach commissioners tell Coast TV News they haven't had a property tax since the town was officially incorporated in 1981. Commissioners say there are no plans to add any property tax in the future.
We formed in 1981 without a property tax, and we still don't have one today. And we're one of the few towns in the country that can sustain ourselves on a few revenue streams.
If Dewey Beach wanted to add property tax, that would require a referendum.
Homelessness remains an ongoing problem for the city of Milford, but a local nonprofit is taking a different approach to getting those in need back onto wheels. Milford Advocacy for the Homeless is asking for donations of bicycles of all condition for them to be repaired and go back out to displaced neighbors. According to the organization, transportation is a major need for at least 40 other people in Milford. That's why bike donations are so important.
What we found is when we give them those bikes, again, first, better mental health. And then the second thing is more of them get jobs because they have a way to get back and forth. And so it's a really win-win situation.
Milford Advocacy for the Homeless is also working to repair a bus, you see it here, that would act as transportation for those in need and to hand out meals.
Pull out those smartphones, open up the camera app, and just scan the QR code down here in the corner of your screen. It'll be up there anytime a meteorologist is on screen. The QR code will send you to your smartphone app where you can download the Coast TV weather app, giving you instant access to the Coast TV First Alert weather forecast right at your fingertips. For tonight, we're looking for that fall feel in the air. We'll continue throughout a good portion of this week. It'll be a little rainy next week, but you know what? Let's just stay on the positive if indeed sunshine is your thing. We see clearing skies continuing to be the case for us, courtesy of our Hershey's exterior camera. And winds are out of the north right now in Ocean City, and it's 66 degrees at this present time. Live radar is indicating just how clear we are, and we are just staying absolutely bone dry clear throughout most of the area, not posing a problem whatsoever. Now, we have the cold front that's eased its way a little bit closer to us, so we see that shift in the winds, but not much activity, no agitation. You know, the cold front's cutting underneath, a little bit just cooler air, not really warm, moist air. So we're not seeing the dynamic of scattered showers kicking off so easily. Tuesday morning, we start off at 58 in Rehoboth Beach and in Bethany, but 57 in Long Neck and 55, for example, in Georgetown. Now, the cold front pushes through because we see that direction of the winds coming out of the northwest. That's how the front's going to push through. By the afternoon, 3:30, all kinds of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful sunshine, and 75 degrees, for example, in Georgetown. So we stay clear. So in Ocean City, we start off on Wednesday, okay, because we just did Tuesday. Start off on Wednesday, 63 in Ocean City, 10 degrees cooler in Willard, but still sunshine nonetheless, all areas still. And then as we go into 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll warm to 78 in Princess Anne, but 76 Berlin, 75 in Snow Hill, but will still stay very sunny. Now, we will catch a little stray sprinkle down towards Chincoteague by early Thursday morning, but it's very isolated over for Chincoteague. It's not for everybody, okay? Our UV index, face of grace, practice and sun safety, we're going to be at a level of 7 for the next 3 days in a row before we drop to 4 and 3 those other days. Tonight, almost a chill in the air and 56 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny and quiet, but staying very uneventful and 77. 1 degree warmer than that for Wednesday, so the temp's not moving. Not so much. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Fall, officially, Saturday. There you go. Now, I don't think the leaves are going to start falling off the trees quite that soon, but that's a really nice graphic showing you that fall starts on Saturday. Don't you think so?
I like it, Paul. Very creative. A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations, Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM, on 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7.
Still to come, a bear sighting in Disney World. And no, it was not Baloo or Winnie the Pooh. We've got the exciting capture coming up.
Plus, benefits expiring, how long senior shoppers have to get their Farm Fresh shopping done under this program.
Beat the wind and rain with 50% off your new Valor roof, plus payments as low as $119 per month. Purchase with purpose. Your new Valor roof helps us donate a new roof every month to combat veterans in need.
833-83-VALOR.
Play the Maryland Lottery. Because fun looks good on you. Right now, play our exciting new Battleship, Connect 4, and Yahtzee Fast Play games for a chance to win up to $50,000.
Get ready for the all-new, redesigned 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. The 2024 Crosstrek is safer than ever for even more peace of mind on every drive. With a Subaru Crosstrek, you can count on plenty of adventures ahead. And when you choose Gateway Subaru, you're supporting local schools through Subaru Loves Learning, which helps kids get the school supplies they need. We're more than just a car company. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Salisbury. One weekend only. Wicomico Civic Center. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Wicomico Civic Center. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
Don't get scorched this summer storm season. Stay ahead of the leaks. Save big on your new Valor roof with 50% off all materials and payments as low as $119 per month. Call Valor Roofing today.
833-83-VALOR.
A reminder tonight from the Delaware Department of Agriculture, specifically for anybody participating in Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. You need to use those benefits by October 31st. Now, back in June, seniors who are eligible were able to sign up for the program and get a card preloaded with $50 to purchase fruits, vegetables, and other items at local farmers markets or on-farm market. According to marketing specialist Kathy Jackson, there was a big push for these cards earlier in the summer, but she says nearly 400 participants have not actually used their benefits yet. The program does end in just over a month, and those benefits are going to go to waste if not used. We have a list of all the places in the state where senior participants can redeem those benefits on our website, WRDE.com.
The Northeast Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education Program has around $800,000 available for this year's Farmer Grant program. That is according to the Delaware Department of Agriculture. The department says the program funds projects including crop production, raising livestock, aquaculture, and more. Officials say farmers can apply for up to $30,000 in grants to explore new concepts in sustainable agriculture. They say grant proposals are being accepted through November 15th.
All 9 male teens who escaped from a Pennsylvania juvenile detention center have been taken into custody. Police say a group of 15 to 17-year-olds escaped during a riot at Abraxas Academy in Morgantown on Sunday night. They were able to overpower 2 women staff members and get the keys to the facility. The Berks County District Attorney says all 9 teens will be charged with escape, riot, and aggravated simple assault. Abraxas Academy is about 15 miles from where convicted killer Danilo Cavlicente was captured last week.
A black bear on the loose inside Disney's Magic Kingdom was apparently caught this afternoon. From the sky here, you can see Florida Fish and Wildlife carrying the bear out of the woods in a white tarp. Multiple rides at Magic Kingdom were closed around midday today as authorities tried to locate the bear. Park officials say it was seen in a tree and had been probably moving around the park searching for food. Officials said the animal is an adult female and she will be relocated to a national forest.
Coming up in sports, while uncertainty remains with the Sixers, GM Daryl Morey is wasting no time controlling what he can control. Our Delmarva Sports Network crew breaks it all down.
And coming up next, blood donors needed across Sussex County, the different ways to aid the blood bank of Delmarva during a shortage.
Burton at the beach. Take your pick. Up to $4,100 off new Buick Encore and Envision SUVs in stock. Check out our large inventory at lewisautomall.com. Nobody beats a Burton deal on Buick SUVs. Nobody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Bryce Bryan with East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We'd like to take a minute to thank you, Delmarva.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. For 10 years of business, whether it's plumbing, heating, air conditioning, or kitchen and bathroom remodeling, we have proudly served over 50,000 homes in the area, making us Delmarva's top service provider. So from all of us at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Delmarva. Pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
When adventure calls, answer in a Toyota RAV4. Equipped for a range of capability, ample cargo space, and to keep you connected. Right now, buy a RAV4 with low APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
Burton at the beach. Drive off in a new 23 GMC Terrain for only $249 per month. Or get this 2023 GMC Acadia for only $279 a month. Nobody beats a Burton deal on GMC SUVs. Nobody.
We start a new week with a blood emergency across Sussex County. The Blood Bank of Delmarva announced it is on low supply and it's urging people to donate. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk shows us the emergency reaches beyond the county.
A quick prick. For Paul Bolton, it's personal.
Well, I had a triple bypass, and that requires a lot of blood.
So Bolton is giving back as much as he can, donating here at St. Anne's Parish about every 6 weeks.
It's quick. It's easy, it's painless, it's needed.
In fact, it's needed more than ever as Delmarva faces a blood emergency. And it's reaching beyond the first state.
And that's what's particularly concerning about a local blood emergency such as now, because there's also a national blood emergency. I mean, where do you turn? Except ask people for help.
Prado says the end of the summer is always a challenge to get the supply they need with more part-timers traveling and kids back in school. The Blood Bank of Delmarva is urging people to come donate at one of its centers across the state.
The population seems to be in this, I hate to say it, a state of apathy where people are not donating like they used to.
And as Bolton says, it's quick, it's easy, and it's painless.
If you're like me and you can't actually donate blood, there's still ways that you can help out during this blood shortage. One way is by volunteering your time here at the Blood Bank of Delmarva. You can also make a donation on their website. We have all of those opportunities and more on our website, WRDE.com. I'm Heidi Kirk in Bethany Beach, Coast TV News.
Watch your step. Be careful when you get up. A serious fall can lead to broken bones, head injuries, or even more long-term health issues. Today marks the start of Fall Prevention Awareness Week. It runs from September 18th through September 22nd. Dangerous falls can happen to anybody. Children and the elderly are at the highest risk. In the U.S., falls are the leading cause of trauma related to hospitalizations for adults 65 and older. Now, according to experts, senior adults should get a fall risk assessment. And if you use any walking aids, a walker, a cane, make sure it's adjusted correctly for your needs.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Well, James Harden's situation, it's still up in the air, but Philly just picked up a nice insurance option in the backcourt. Sixers reportedly signed Kelly Oubre Jr. to a one-year deal. Oubre should figure to play a lot early on, with Georges Niang, Jalen McDaniels, and Shake Milton all gone in free agency. The 8-year NBA vet averaged a career-high 20.3 points per game last season, but he only played 48 games, his fewest since 2019. Despite the fluctuation in playing time, some great news for Sixers fans is his consistency on the floor. Oubre has scored 15 points per game or more in each of the past 5 seasons. Philly opens the season at Milwaukee on October 26th. And coming up 2 weeks from now, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes return to Fox 21. The announcement came out earlier today that the number 19 team in the country will host USC at noon 2 Saturdays from now. The Buffs are 3-0 after a thrilling win over Colorado State, but they'll have to do it without star player Travis Hunter. The wide receiver and corner suffered a lacerated liver as a result of a late hit against the Rams. Coach Prime says Hunter will be out 3 weeks with the injury. The Buffs play number 10 Oregon first this coming Saturday. And our game of the night this Friday from the Gridiron is coming from Dagsboro for Indian River and Polytech. That'll do it for Sports Tonight.
It's time to take another look at our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think Ocean City is the right spot for a Margaritaville resort. So far tonight, it has been a runaway. 79% say yes, that's where it should go. 21% say no, but it's hard to tell if they don't want it there because they want it somewhere else or they just don't want it at all. You can vote on WRDE.com or use our mobile app.
Gambling for a good cause, where you can support local shelter pets while dancing the night away this week. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Wherever you're headed this fall, there's a Ford SUV ready to take you there. With advanced tech, spacious interiors, and impressive off-road capabilities, you'll discover why more people keep coming back to Ford SUVs than any other brand. Right now, get 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $1,000 on select Ford SUVs, only at your local Ford dealer.
I'm ready for this ride.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings are perfectly sweet and wonderfully spicy, just like my Nana.
These are delicious. That's why I know you didn't make them.
We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Chicken from Popeyes.
Fall into comfort and elevate your bathroom experience with the new walk-in shower system with Coastal Bath, the only Bath Planet dealer on Delmarva with the Good Housekeeping Seal 2-year money-back guarantee. Spend less time cleaning and scrubbing and get a maintenance-free shower with modern designs, mold and mildew resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Right now, get a free shower door or $1,500 off, plus no payments and no interest for 18 months. Listen to Logan, local and family owned. Call or visit coastalbaths.com today.
Welcome the new season with a deep cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians will renew your carpets, air ducts, upholstery, tile floors, and more, clearing away the dust and debris. We clean using powerful proprietary equipment and family-safe cleaning solutions to leave your space looking and feeling fresh. Call or go online to schedule your professional cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
Find your dream vehicle during the Jeep Adventure Days right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Millsboro. Scan this QR code to receive your exclusive offer. This month, you could get 10% off of the MSRP of a 2023 Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid. You'll also receive our Preston for Life lifetime engine guarantee. Shop our entire inventory online and enjoy the convenience of home delivery. So join us during the Jeep Adventure Days right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And remember, cars cost less with Preston.
Local shelter pets are about to hit the jackpot at a casino-themed fundraiser later this week. Humane Animal Partners is hosting its second annual Save 'em by the Sea Casino Night. This event celebrates the organization's 150th anniversary. Attendees can play double roulette, blackjack, and more to raise money for services like pet adoption, low-cost wellness, and pet retention. There will be dining, dancing, raffles, a silent auction, and more, all at the Baywood Greens in Long Neck on Thursday night from 6 to 9:30.
Public announcement, everybody that stops me on the trail, on the Georgetown Lewis Trail, when we're walking and all that stuff and biking, you cannot win if you don't enter. Okay, now, Bruce Young entered and won from Bethany Beach. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. And my last name is Williams, not Davis, so it's not my company either. Okay, now take a look at our live radar. We're looking, although they're a great company, to be quite honest. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Tuesday, Wednesday, all kinds of sunshine. Thursday, Friday, a few scattered clouds. Fall kicks off on Saturday, and there's going to be a chance of rain by then. So enter now so you can possibly win an umbrella that you will need later.
How many people have made that mistake on Paul? Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.